Killing with the jazz. Young in his bag. Boy got elevator swag. Boy.
JB, what's good?
Man, what's going on, brother?
No much. How are you?
Awesome. I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Hey, thank each and every one of you for joining the next episode. I'm not going to date my episodes, okay? This is the next episode of What Really Matters. I'm your host, Stefan Cherry, and today we have the elusive, the soon-to-be legendary again. Hey, War's putting out legends. Um, the powerful, the mentor, the friend, the family member, the man, the myth, the legend, JB.
How you doing?
Awesome, brother. How you been?
I've been good. Just taking time, relaxing, home in and work on my craft and get my athletes to where they need to be.
You said you was home, being a family man?
I actually don't have a family. I just got 2 dogs. So I just been really training, honing my skills and helping my athletes, find a home for the next level.
For sure. That was something interesting that I found out about you. I know first of all, just so y'all know, we haven't had a lot of time to really catch up and get to know each other. I know you've been training. I didn't go to your last fight, but I got to check out your last fight. Man, you're powerful. I've watched you train. I've seen you put in some work, and even with the boxers, I seen you like get it in. Man, so when I spoke with you last time, really putting this thing together, I was asking you because I seen some of your content, and I was like, "Where's a lot of the fighting stuff? I see a lot of football material here. Which is your first love, really? Like football or fighting?"
Football is my first love. It's always gonna be my first love. Fighting, I starting to fall in love with it. Like I liked it, and then I started loving it, and I was intrigued by it. And now I'm having the same type of passion that I have for football for fighting now. But my IG honestly is really for my kids, just for my athletes, because I have so many coaches follow me on there and on Twitter. So everything I put out, they'll see. They'll be like, "Who's this kid? Who's that kid? Hey, can you do this? Can you do that? Can you come out? Can you do that?" So most of my stuff is for them. But when I do have a fight come up, I'll put them to the side. I'll get my little content out there. But mostly it's for them.
For sure.
Mhm.
So it sounds like you really enjoy the space of mentoring and training kids. And from what I was hearing, like in some of your content, you got some kids that's doing very well, are finding success, and even some younger ones that's starting to step up too. What do you say to those guys? Where are they in your heart and inside of your place? I guess your presence.
They all close to me. They all deal with me. Everybody relationship is unique because everybody's different. So I have a pretty close relationship with all my athletes, which is kind of crazy because there's so many of them. But I'll just tell them keep going. It's not gonna be easy. It's only gonna get harder, but you get better. So you to manage the load. So I just tell them keep pushing, keep your mental strong, keep your confidence up. As long as you have confidence, you to push through everything. So that's what I mostly tell them. And if they do have a bump in the road or come through with a mental fog, I help them move past that, or we'll walk through that or guide past that when that time comes.
For sure. For sure. And so like even with that, when I'm listening to you,
Yeah.
it sounds like you're speaking from a place of experience, like somebody who's been through these adversities and you've learned this firsthand and now you're sharing it with your students in a way. Um where did that come from? Again, this is kind of where I went and I was like the elusive JB because when I was looking online, I was like, there's really not much here about this guy, but I can tell just from being around you, from speaking with you, extremely humble, obviously has experienced plenty of things. And then you're flashing with it. I'm like, yo, he's obviously doing great. So it's like, where does that start? Where did JB begin?
Um, I don't know. I always been a humble guy. I always been my mom always teach us to stay grounded and everything. So I always been humble, always been in the church, always had good faith. I guess when, I guess going to college, when I was walking on, when I was at Blend, then when I going to U of H, and I was trying to be everybody's friend and trying to be everywhere, trying to go to every party, trying to go to every event, and it kicked me in my butt at the long run. So when I didn't go back to school and all that. I was like, man, I'm too young to chill. I don't want to be behind a desk or anything. So prayed about everything. Then my mom told me just keep faith. You find a way. You always do. And on whatever you do, just be great at it. Just find a passion with it. So went to training, then got here blissfully. Then everything just kept rolling. I'm usually a private guy. I don't really like to share everything on social media because huh, people taking it real with it all the time, so it doesn't even matter. Like, I made a post about like adversity coming back and everything, and everybody thought I was hurt. I had so many calls and DMs. I said, you know what? That's why I don't post. So it's this is one of the things I like to keep my life my life. You
For
know.
sure. Even when I seen that post, I was like, "Oh man, I know they about to blow him up." And I was like, "I seen him the other day, so I know he ain't going through this right now." I was like, "Oh my god, I know they about to kill it." But no, it's that's funny. That's one of the things that I think we both pretty much have in common. You know what I mean? Like I don't post a lot about myself personally. In the past, I didn't really do social media too much. If anything, I post like motivational content.
Yeah.
Or I go and find something that really spoke to me, and I'll reshare that. But for the most part, I didn't really share too much. Um, and it may have even came from like me growing up, you know what I mean, and constantly running into the wrong people and then having to find my way out of it. But if I'm associated by association, you automatically get included in this
Yeah.
certain stuff.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So it's like so what I started to do was like from experience, I started to mentor young kids and I started my first organization called Fletch. At the time it was Fletch. No, at the time it was called Vimp. And I started to mentor young kids in college.
Mhm.
And mentorship for me is like the ultimate goal. Everything that I'm doing is to build myself and put myself in a space where I'm an asset to all of the people around me.
Mhm.
Especially the younger adults that's coming up around me. Is that something that you're pursuing as well? It sounds like you're doing that through
Um,
sports.
I'm it's just everything just happens. I wasn't really when I start training, I wasn't really trying to be like the mental coach because he type of guy. Even the kids like, "Hey, coach." I said, "Look, I'm just your trainer. You don't have to call me coach or anything." But then, like over time, I start seeing like, "Oh, these kids these days are not like how we were. Like they're not that mentally strong for real." And me seeing that, and even some of my older guys in college, and they come back and we talk, and I'm like, "Oh, okay." I understand that point. I see a point of view of this. And back then, me and some of my friends or some mutual friends that I know that play sports wouldn't even talk about those type of things. Or we will just like, we just go push past it because like we used to it. We do the same thing at home. My parents was tough on us. They loved us, but they was tough on us. But nowadays, these kids need that extra put on, that motivator, that extra mentor, that extra guy who's gonna or woman who's gonna tell them this or that and get them out of the fuck out that bad juju that they was in.
For sure, for sure. So when you were coming up, when you were growing up, I know I didn't,
Mhm.
but for you, did you have mentors that walk? Well, I had a couple now that I think about it,
Mm,
but did you have mentors that kind of walked you through?
uh, I learned as I go.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just learned as I go. My mom was really my rock. I talked to her about a lot of things, and when she had passed, it was like, back to learning as I go. But I learned as I go.
for sure, for
Mhm.
sure. I want to say first of all, like it 2012 you lost your mom?
20, 2020.
2020, sorry.
Mhm.
So yeah, first of all, my condolences to you. I know, me personally, I haven't went through losing a mom, but I had several friends and family members that's went through that, and that's a lot. You know what I mean? And especially as a young athlete, as you still are,
Mhm.
who's learning. And how old are you now?
I'm 31.
31. Yeah, especially as a young athlete, and like right now, I'm right behind you, bro. I'm 30, well, right ahead of you, 32.
Mhm.
And so like, I'm still in this bubble where I'm learning, this is where I want to be.
Mhm.
And I know from experience, it's going to take a lot of bumps, it's going to take a lot of perseverance and pressure to make a diamond,
Mhm.
but it's not going to stop me. I'm at a place now where I know
Yeah.
I'm not going to stop. You know what I mean? And so losing like your support system in that or a strong pillar of your
Mhm.
support system in that can be tough. If you don't mind, I like to go to that time. Like what was that like for you going through losing that pillar at that moment?
So when that so the last memory I have of my mom was like in the bed. she couldn't breathe. Like she really couldn't breathe. And I was like, okay, let me help you out. So I did percussions on her back. I gave her light massages. Then she was like, she was getting hot. She was getting hot. So we helped her in the tub. Then moments after that, we checked her to the hospital. The hospital said we couldn't see her or talk to her really. There's only one person who go in and they'll and it usually my stepdad who went in there, but we never really seen her. My dad, my brother and me or anybody else. So I was training one evening. It was a Sunday evening. And it hit 12 o'clock. And it was the slowest 12 o'clock I ever had in my life. And my brother had called me. He was like, hey, don't cry. Don't react so heavy. Mom just passed away. I was like, how you gonna say all that and just tell me that? He was strong that moment for it, but then later on it hit him. But like that felt like the slowest 60 seconds of my life. So like it was it was different. Like knowing because my mom always told me like I'm not gonna be here forever. Make sure you have your life in order. Make sure that you take care of you and you take care of your brother because if she's going, it's gonna be me and him. And she always told me you don't have to sell dope, you don't have to game bang, you don't have to do this or that. You don't have to be a statistic to live life. Like find your way, find your niche, and I'm just living by that. So
For sure.
hopefully I'm keeping her proud by that.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. And that's one of the things I wanted to share with you, bro. Like every time I've came in, I'll be like, "Hey, I'm trying to be like you."
Mhm.
You've said consistently, "Man, I'm just being like everybody else in here." Great. Like you made it a point to showcase, like, "Hey, like I'm putting in work. I'm dedicated. I'm disciplined, and all of us can do that." You know what I mean? Like you never put yourself above anybody. You never, even when I was talking about your last fight. Even once that fight was over and there was a loss that I witnessed, I watched you in the ring where everybody in the crowd got dead silent, and bro was in there like what happened? And you still what to do was like, hey, great match, like that to me speaks more to your character, and who you are versus even just the fighting or the athlete side of you.
Mhm.
Um, that to me shows so much about JB. And man, I gotta say that for me, I look for more people that I can really resonate in that space, but also be around who their character speaks louder than just what they can do. And that to me, like for any as a parent, I hope my kids learn from people like you and they pick up these same character traits. And it's kind of why people like you is why I believe people should come to the gym and really be around um, grounded, humble, disciplined fighters, athletes, not just in the ring, but in life. So I want to commend you on that, brother.
Thank you, thank you.
Absolutely.
And to piggyback on that, shout out to Dante because he got a good game plan. We talked after the fight too, like probably a week or so, and he told me how he felt and how him and his coaches didn't want to stand up at all. And I was like, yeah, I thought coming into this all these matches, especially with strikers, we all go to strike. We go to at least do something for a couple of seconds. But now knowing that, understanding that, and it was crazy. And I did hear like everybody was quiet after the fight. I was like he won. Like it's cool. I know I was like a favorite against it. I had everybody there here loving me, supporting me. But we it's two hands and 2 feet. It's one guy against another guy. We both got skills. Who's gonna be better that night?
Yeah,
And he had a great game plan. And shout out to him. And it's just a good humbling moment. Like you can't get too high, you can't get too low. So you find the in between, you find the balance, and just learn from it.
for sure.
Mhm.
For sure.
Cause he has his journey too. So can't be the villain all the time.
Yeah, that was like it was my first time witnessing like an entire crowd just when I like you were there, like you were right there. It's like the whole thing just whoo. I heard him in the ring go like, yeah, y'all thought and then it was like, oh, I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. But yeah, no, for sure. And kudos to him too. Like that was I want to see where else he goes. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I think we see a lot of these big fighters and we kind of get hooked on the entertainment side and we miss that there's a lot of younger fighters who are working their tail off. What are your next goals in fighting?
So hopefully July's my last amateur fight. I'm gonna go pro after that. Um, I really want to show my skill set. Like I have good skills. I have like kicks and wrestling and everything, but I never got a chance to show because either I knock someone out or they'll stall me out or get a quick submission. So I'm working on my anti wrestling for show to make sure I don't get none of that stall, or if I do get wrestled, I know how to get back up or I'm wrestling you back. So I'm just in there fine tuning, experimenting, and just having fun with it. And I've been showing some cool some cool things by my coaches and by my teammates. So it's a it's so intriguing. Like you never know too much. Like you always in life, like you'll never know too much. You never walk the same life as somebody else. So it's just fun just walking this path and understanding people mindsets and people goals and understanding of life and what they try to do in this career.
For sure. So when you first started fighting, because I'm new, I'm just going into month 3. So it's like you already like I'm still learning when to bob and when to weave. You know what I mean? Like I'm still picking up all of these, and I even earned my first black eye here, man, getting it in, bro. And so I was like, man, like I wonder what other people's experience were when they first started. You know what I mean? When you first got here, what was your experience like? What was your mindset? What were you thinking?
My so when I first got it here, my first 9 months was rough. It was rough, but it was fun. It was cool. Like I was just saying, every day gets better, man. Every day gets better. Like I starting to kind of understand my body and my thinking of things. Then I started to see how everybody else started thinking and things. Then it was a I would have it was a blessing in disguise. But when I got hurt and when I was out for like 2.5 years, and I started really because I didn't look at nothing but free fights and MMA fights every week. Like even like on YouTube, like I had every free fight from the old to the new. Like even now, like I'm watching the boxing fights. That's how my boxing got better and everything, and my IQ and my thinking. So like going through that, seeing that, then like having that repetition in my mind, like, oh, you could do that, you could do that. Oh, that's why he did that. That's his thinking. Then coming back off the injury, oh, off the injury was even worse because my body was like, where the controllers at? Like, where, like, is this A? This is B? Okay, cool. Like, it was like learning right back over again. But once I started get back into it, like everything I learned from watching those fights and understanding just took over, just illness. So now I was like, okay, now I understand why I needed to go through that. So like that moment, those processes, it comes. Everybody's different. It took me 9 months and some change. It ain't gonna take you that long. I'm proud. I'm trying to tell
It
you.
might, man.
It go look. Alice to get on me talking about left hand and right hand. So, and I'll be like, what? So, yeah, I'm still taking everything because I still don't know. I'm like I said, I'm an amateur. And I'm trying to turn pro. I'm going to turn pro after the next fight. So it's just I'm still gotta learn how to be a pro too. So this is a lot of things to it.
For sure, for sure. And how much of your not just athleticism, but your mindset from being in football transfer over to you
Oh,
being a fighter? How much of
all of
that?
it.
All of it?
All of it.
How
Cause
so?
the grit, the grind, the being outside. Like I've been outside 115-degree weather with full pads on, maybe 130. Coaches yelling at you, saying things, you messing up, you ain't this and all that. Just that mindset and that them talking to your masculine, just pushing you. It's just that competitive drive. Like um I always been a competitor. I always wanted to dominate. I always seen anime. I always seen shows where the guy who's trying to get to his end goal dominates through. He might run into somebody that's like that or a bump in the road, but he still find a way to push through. So finding that way to push through, finding that extra motivator, that extra step to just get up one more time, just take one more step, see how it goes. Okay, we got one more rep, just like in the weight room. You in bench press, it's tough, it's heavy because you got one more in you, you got one more in you. Just strain. Just a little bit strain right now.
Absolutely. So if you were to describe yourself just from what I'm hearing, would it be the ultimate competitor, or would you? Which would you put it as? The ultimate competitor or the ultimate teammate, if you had to choose one?
I'll say teammate.
Yeah.
Because I want to see them be successful. There's some young kids, some young guys and girls in here that I've been helping too, and they've been picking up on some tricks. And I'm like, oh, I like it. So I'll say the ultimate teammate. I wouldn't say competitor because there's a lot of people be in competitive fights. No, I won't be a conqueror.
Mm,
I want to conquer shit. I don't care if he's that great. Cool, whatever. I forget a slingshot. Take him out one time. He wasn't that great. That's the next thing to conquer.
for sure. That sounds like a philosophy that Mike Tyson put on himself. It's like I'm the emperor, I'm the vicious, I'm the that. He'll go through how I study all of these, and I'm like, yeah,
That's
yeah.
he told me too. He says, once you cut off a king head, you be bodacious. So you'll go do to the next ruler.
Mm.
That's what I'm trying to do.
For sure, for sure. And I believe you're on the way, man. No doubt in my mind, I think you're on the way. I was even watching just some of Giannis and how he moves, and I was like, oh, I'm starting to see how the team is starting to formulate some stuff. And I always wondered, like, what goes on in these gyms when, it's behind the scenes? Like, you see the fighter on the stage and you see him in the cage putting in work, but what goes on in the gym? Like, I'm a huge Joe Rogan fan. And so it's like I always listen to Joe and the fighters that he's bringing on. I'm like, so what's really going on in the gym? Being in here and just seeing, you know, Black Adam, being able to see like all of the coaches have their own, but all of the classes are all adding into each other. So by the time you come over into MMA, it's like, okay, so you should have these pieces. We're gonna take all of that to the next level. Like it's been a journey.
Yeah.
So for you, how would you describe your journey? How long have you been in the gym so far?
5 years now. It might be 6. It might be 6 now.
Yeah, and how would you describe your journey from day one to pro?
From day one, it's still the same. I'm still with the kid in the candy shop. I just want to know, want to learn, trying to see what I can do to better myself, not just a fighter. Um, it's it's a lot easier now because I felt like I was in a space where I'm transforming into somewhere new where I can't fit in with my new group of friends, but then like I'm kind of outgrowing. Not saying I outgrown and left them, but I'm kind of outgrowing my old group of friends. So I was like like the middle part of it. Now that I found a good balance and I understand like what's going on and how like being a fighter really is, because I used to come in and think like, oh, we gotta beat each other up, oh, I got hit hard. No, come in and learn. When I learned that, Trevor taught me that, but when I learned coming to learn, like it really, really excelled and helped my game and slowed a lot of things down. And one thing that really hit home to me one time was my debut. It was the cap of my debut leading up to it. And I was pushing hard. Like I wanted everything to be so perfect, pushing hard. And I was even sparring real hard too. And I was sparring with Bruce. And I guess I clipped Bruce with something heavy or something. And he double legged me, took me down, and I was down there for like a minute or so. And we had a heart to heart, and he told me how we should really start taking care of each other, how we should spar and all that. And after that, it like switched. And after that fight, that I won, like he came up to me and like said you was gonna do this and that. And you did your preparation. You took heed of coaching, even from me or whatever. Like you're becoming a good teammate. Like much respect. Then like as I start just understanding everybody else in their grind and their journey, it's just like now I have like an understanding and mutual respect for everybody who walks in the cage or everybody who wants to get into mixed martial arts or defend themselves or even just do it for a fitness goal. So it's not easy. It's a mental strain too, and it's rewarding once you hit your marks. It's rewarding.
For sure. Once you start putting the pieces together, Man, like I remember now, like now I'm getting to a place where I can get my jabs off and I can finally get a couple catches. I'm like, ah, yeah. But then, in kickboxers that take my legs out, like, oh, I got something else to worry about now. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's so rewarding once you start to, grow a little bit and do a little bit better. I'm with you. I'm with you. You said you watch a lot of anime, or
A lot of anime.
who? If you had to choose one, I know on your page you had wasn't Akatsuki. Uh, oh my god, it's blowing me. Who was it? It's on your page. You have a name of one of the anime characters.
No, this is Koski.
Akatsuki.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, 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 okay.
Koski.
Got you. Why Akatsuki? And where's Akatsuki from?
So Koski is from Naruto. Oh, my favorite Naruto character is a part of Koski. Koski is an anti-group, like the rogues, the fugitives, as you could say. Itachi Uchiha is my favorite.
I would have guessed that.
Is my
I promise you, I was about to say Sasuke's brother.
Yeah,
I was just about to guess.
that's
That's
my
right.
that's my dog. So it's like the way he set things up and the way he play around mentally, like people don't understand. Like anime can teach you a lot about life for real. And I use anime like for like MMA too, because like the characters that don't have those special powers, that don't have those special talents, the way they work and grind to beat those guys with those special talents and everything is like, man, it's the same thing in real life. Like if you work hard, this guy that might be talented, but he's the talent go die sometime. Like
Mhm.
you might be good in the first 15 minutes, first 15 seconds, 30 seconds, but when that drill and dunk comes down and you have your rev all, who will put in that work for real? Because that work's gonna really show. And it's just how he just always stayed both 5 steps ahead of everybody. It's not even mental warfare with him. It's you here, you're in this trap already. I already seen the outcome. I can escape if I want to escape, or if I to finish you if I want to finish you. So it's just like the way he set everything up from the moment he came on screen to the moment he got off screen. So
And he
yeah,
put it together well too. Like it was. I'm thinking back on when him and Sasuke finally got to go at it for the last time, and he was just like, S- and it's
yep,
like I could have at any given point, but I love my brother too much to
yep.
even though you may not feel that way about me right now, I'm the leader. I'm the older brother who's supposed to take care of everything. So I got you. Carry on. And I already made sure I set it up with Naruto to make sure
Yeah,
Naruto is my favorite anime,
yeah.
hands down. I watched it like growing up. I had to catch the episodes on Crunchyroll as they were coming out, so I know what it was like, especially near the end once it was the dream. And yeah, like Naruto is my stuff, bro. So it's like anime is it for you. About how much time do you think you spend watching anime?
Man, shit, I'll probably go home and watch some anime on right now. My favorite animes was Yu Yu Hakusho and Full Metal Alchemist.
Mm,
Those two, I watched those over and over again. Like that Dragon Ball Z, of course, is an OG, but those two, yeah,
for sure.
and definitely for sure. Cause I'm still mad at the ending. He could have did a lot better. I would have had a better ending. I would have had a better plot to this. You're supposed to be the smartest man in the world, and you did it. Yeah, they would all been dead messing with me.
Oh man, Full Metal Alchemist was crazy too. So one of the plots that I constantly see inside of all of these animes, really, where there's competitors and there's one character who has to overcome all of these obstacles to become who they eventually become, is at a lot of points down the road they take L's. They take a loss here, then they get back up and they get back to it. They lose parts of themselves. I know with Naruto, like him having to constantly battle with the nine-tailed fox. You know what I mean? A part of yourself that's doing this, and you got to learn how to control it. What are some things, or do you felt like you've been through some things where it's been parts of you that you've had to learn how to control, and what was that like, if you had?
Mhm. I never really had any. Okay, when I was younger, I guess I was crazy. Like when I was in elementary, I used to always get in fights. So I guess that was. But when I started playing football, that I guess that anger, craziness died down, calmed down because I found a way to channel it. So I guess that part. But um, my early parts, my friends call it berserker. My friend Caleb called it berserker. Um, my mental strain, like I feel like when I'm in a fight or whatever, like competitive stuff, like I should not be getting bullied. I should not be getting thrown around. I should not. It's like I hold myself to that much standard that I should not. And when it happens to me, it's like a maybe they counted the longest time I stayed in it was like 10 seconds. They was like, you berserker for 10 seconds, you don't have no technique, you don't have no jab, your footwork sloppy, all that. Like, what the then look, you're back now. What was that? Like you got mad, he pushed you? I was like, I guess. But it's like that little trigger. That's talk about the nine tails or like at Ichi or at Bleach with Ichigo when the hollow side come out of him is like now I got that under control because I understand, like, man, it's leverage and it's other people are strong and know how to use their bodies. So understanding that and getting that down, I guess that beast, I learned how to use it now. I guess instead of being a berserker, it's kind of like when in Dragon Ball Super when Kefla when she was like Broly
Yep,
on Super Saiyan, then she calmed down and now she's just that legendary Super Saiyan that's swollen as hell. Yeah, that's why.
for
Mhm.
sure. And that's funny. It's funny because again, it's one of those things where I know a lot of people watch anime,
Mhm.
but like everything that you're saying, I get it 1,000%. And it's like you find ways to teach, even learn, not just
Yeah.
teach. Like through anime, you learn so much. I think if it wasn't for Naruto, like I would have felt like I had to bottle my emotions. But then when I'm watching Naruto, when I'm watching all of these characters, they're like, I'm doing this for the people around me, and me bottling up my emotions don't it really it don't it what does it teach them? You know what I mean? So you watch Naruto, he cries, you know what I mean? He throw attitude, but he's also like super goofy and
Mhm.
I think that speaks like again to not just the quality of an anime character,
Mhm.
but to the quality of a person. You know what I mean? So you'll see me often though. If I feel like I gotta cry, then I'll let it out. Now, am I gonna like be in the middle of the ring going no, that's not what I'm talking about. But if I gotta get to my dolo, get to the side for a little bit, lay one out, boom. Like, would you say that JB releases his emotions, or is he more I deal with him in private and to myself?
Um, I guess I deal with them privately, but I never really show my emotions like that, or like even with the losses, like never really cried. Like I was disappointed, like trying to get better, come back the next day or try to go back. Even after wins, never really get too high on it because there's still some things I probably did wrong in that fight. So it's like it's just I feel like I have an even head, even kill emotions. It might change over time when certain things in life happen, but I think my last full emotional outbreak was when my mom had passed. Like I feel like that was the worst thing that ever happened to me. I feel like that was my Super Saiyan turning moment. Like that was the worst thing that ever happened to me. Like I cried nonstop for like 3 days. Like I got all of that out. Like I felt so lost in the world. Like, is this even real? Like, I can't even call or text. I can't even walk in her room and she's there. Like, that was the moment. That was the moment, just the emotional. And now, like, things don't really get to me that much. Like, I already had the hardest thing that happened to me in life. My mom left. I buried my mom. So everything else is just like, just walk of life.
For sure. And how would you say that you like recover or heal from that? Or are you still I
I'm
know
still,
that's
I know I'm still healing, still breathing, but knowing that I talked to family members and friends about how she was proud of me before she left and proud of my brother and how she felt comfortable if she could leave. Ironically, if she was gone today, she'll feel comfortable leaving and everything. But just knowing that I'm not in jail or dead and I'm doing the right things, and my brother is doing the right things. He has 2 daughters, and they're beautiful, so and he has a beautiful woman for him, so they have a nice family, so knowing that he has that, then I'm doing my thing here and helping out with the kids, it just makes it all the better.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Man, so I don't have too much more. Ah, the ultimate teammate, right? Before I go to this part, because I have something, I do my best to give a gift that I think my guest would appreciate. And so Rain was my first guest, and I gifted her something very appreciative of what she received what her sentiment was. For you, I have something I think that you're really gonna appreciate. It's not as large, it's not as yada yada, but I think as an ultimate teammate, you'll really, really appreciate it, right? Um, and it's funny because you kind of brought up the person earlier. But before I say that, I wanted to say, there's not enough, in my really humble opinion, there's not enough of us out there who really strive to be like leaders by example. You know what I mean? There's not enough of us who go through the discipline, because it takes discipline is definitely a skill that you have to hone, and I'm sure that that's something that you've experienced. Having to constantly say no to XYZ, discipline, honesty, integrity, loyalty to the right things and the right people. Like all of these, it's so many things I can go on and on about, right? But there's not enough of us out there who's actually taking that and then also instilling it into the next generation. So I want to thank you from not just me, but for whoever's live you've touched that hasn't said thank you. I want to be the one that said for them and for myself, bro. Like I really appreciate you being here. I appreciate you doing this. You could have easily. I know you were telling me at first, you're like, bro, I get so many da, so I don't even be knowing. I was like, bro, I get it. And you could have even said no then, and I still would have greatly appreciated just for having your time. You know what I mean? But you said yes, and you came out and you did this, bro. I'm head over heels, bro. I appreciate it, and I want y'all to know that he's absolutely who he say he is. And I'm glad to be in your presence, and I'm sure this won't be the last time, bro. We might have to catch an anime or something at some point. I don't know if you've seen this yet.
I seen
Yeah. And I don't know if you have a copy, but
I know, yeah.
yeah, perfect. So Trevin obviously came out with a book. I think he did a couple more. I have to go and check. But I know it's an ultimate cheat, and I figure you might say that just from seeing a little bit about you. But I was like, yeah, I think bro really appreciate this. So I got a copy. Trevin, this is a gift from, I would say, us to you, brother, for being the ultimate teammate. And it's not quite anime, but just from me reading a little bit of it and already digging into it, I think it's going to be an excellent story that I think you'll really enjoy as well.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get to it tonight. Hey Trevor. All right, I'm gonna see your skills, my boy. Hey, if I need to see a Novell pick a vote or something, I got you.
And if at any time you want to come on and talk about you being an author, what brought you here, your family, I see that you're a family man, obviously. I love to have that conversation with you too, Officer Trevor. So let's do it, bro. And again, before I leave, I want to give one more shout out to Coach Adam, Faith, Family, and Fighter. You know what I mean? I have some pictures up there. I have to get you one of these too, broski. For sure.
Hopefully Adam get me one, you know. I got Adam a shirt.
Yeah. But for sure, man. Thank you again for doing this, bro. I really appreciate it. It was fun. And that's it, peeps. Do you have anything else you want to?
No, just hey, keep going, guys. Keep God first, and no matter what you do in life, just take that one more step.
Absolutely. You heard it first. So take it easy. I appreciate you. I love you guys. Peace. Awesome. Appreciate you, broski.
You say too.
Yes, sir. You great, man. You gotta be out there a little bit more. We need that.
I be helping these little dudes get their mic skills up. They be doing these interviews and
We don't fuck with them, but they fuck with me because I'm the kid.